Good morning, friends. I'm going to send a quick message here. I know I started 3 minutes late today, so someone just wrote me and asked me if we had yoga today, and I want to get back and let them know. For those of you that have been taking my classes for a minute, maybe you noticed I love bright lipstick. I thought I was going to try this new color today, and as soon as I put it on, it was like, did I make the right decision? But at a certain point, it's too late and class is about to start, and we're just going to go with it. So my good friend Tiff sent me a message this morning asking me to tell her a little bit more about this coaching program that I've been on. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So I'm going to send her a quick message while people are still jumping on. And I'm going to read to you guys from what I've been learning about and share it. So, welcome. We're going to get into the yoga flow in a few minutes. I usually like to take these first 10 minutes or so to talk about the theme of the class and give people a chance to get your mat set up if you have a mat, or at least get a nice clear space on the floor. This will be more of an align and flow style course, or class. So we'll do a little bit of warming up. We'll really get ready to be in our bodies before we get into the flow part of class, and then we'll end with a nice deep relaxation. This class is movement based. Your heart rate might go up, your body temperature might go up. So if you're looking for something a little bit more gentle, I offer a restorative yoga class as well. And that one I've typically been doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3, but I actually haven't had a lot of attendance through Facebook Live. So I've been doing it with a Zoom group, and the people in the Zoom group are super committed. So if you'd like an invitation to the restorative classes on Tuesday to the Zoom group, please send me a message. I'm also posting the replays of all of the flow classes and all of the restorative classes on my YouTube channel, which is listed in the description of this. So the theme today is paying attention to your languaging and coaching yourself. So some of you know that I'm a coach. I've been coaching for a handful of years. I did my original coaching course through the Mayo Clinic, and it was amazing. At the time, it was super cutting edge. It was at one of the world's most established medical facilities, and most of the people in the course were doctors and nurses, and I was like the one yoga teacher. And it was based around positive psychology, vision boarding, motivational interviewing. I mean, it was next level at the time. I couldn't believe that that was the course that I was lucky enough to take. And then a handful of years go on, and I realized that I would like to level up. I would like to add more tools to my toolbox. And that's the beautiful thing about coaching. If you talk to any coach out there, any investment that you make in yourself ripples down into your clients. So it was like the second that I leveled up and started learning these new techniques, new clients were showing up, or people that I had known for a long time were like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden they were wanting to work with me. So I'm taking this new coaching program through something called Encompass You, and I can highly recommend the course. Also, just sessions with one of the mentors there are mind-blowing. They are the type of sessions where some of the coaches actually charge by the minute, not even by the hour, because it's so pointed and gets right to the root of whatever it is right away. So one of the things that I was reading about last night in my homework was this idea of languaging and paying attention to our knots. things that they talk about are that people who say not a lot, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough. There's some other examples of nots. It could be can't, don't, won't, shouldn't, isn't, right? Even words that have un or in take the original word and make it a negative. So there's a way that we're a little bit limited by our languaging, and our languaging has been twisted in a way that kind of so even when you say, oh my gosh, that's unbelievable, or that's incredible, we're literally telling the universe, I don't believe that. That's not credible. Whatever we or whatever we think or whatever we visualize, it becomes real. The brain does not know the difference between what we imagine and what is real. This is why meditation works so well, and you can go into Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks, there's so much on this topic. And that's like, those techniques are very specific. Like, you're going to visualize the outcome of your life that you like. You're going to, or that you would like. You're going to attune yourself to a future version of yourself or a higher version of yourself through meditation. And then you visualize everything that you want and everything that you desire being with you now. Doesn't know the difference. You become magnetic to those things. But these are the subconscious things, the things that we don't even know that we're doing in our languaging. And so I encourage you to just be inspired by this, take the next day or two to pay attention to when you say not, can't, won't, shouldn't, isn't. When you use those in or those un prefixes. And just start to pay attention, because what happens when you say that is you push something out of your field. And then there's a gap, there's a hole. And if you work with energy at all, you understand that you can have holes that then other energies will replace. And so if you don't replace that with something very consciously, you don't really know what's going to come into your field. It might be an evil dark entity, right? It might just be an expectation from someone in your family. It might be a belief system. It might be someone's anger that they like off-gassed in the park, and you walk right into it and it kind of sticks to you and you're like, oh, I don't know why I feel so angry right now. So pay attention to your knots. And then if you catch yourself, no big deal, but just replace it with something. So a way that I've been thinking about this over the last 24 hours or so is how much this calls us to consciousness. Because if you say that you are not something, and then you need to replace it with something that you are, you're going to recognize really what you're calling in. If you're saying, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. That's something someone said to me recently. I was like, do I have your permission to coach you a little bit? And they were saying, I'm not ready. And so the not, it's making all these holes in their field. And it's like, if he were to really claim what he was, he would be saying, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. But that's a little bit easier to catch. So those of us who are playing with consciousness know that that's not something we want to call in. And that's why those knots come into play. And so truly, if you want to make big shifts in your life, you take a moment, sit down, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, commit to coaching yourself, and align with the next step of your future self. Breathe. Experience what it's like to be in alignment, to be those few steps ahead of yourself. And then make a choice. Not I'm not ready, not I'm stuck, but I know exactly what my next step is. I'm choosing XYZ. I choose XYZ, because even the ing, I'm learning the ing, I'm processing, I'm choosing, I'm deciding. We'll talk about decide another time. But these words with the ing, it gives a false sense of progress. So I'm still learning this. I'm still practicing this. But just I choose, and say what you choose. I choose. It's a good one. I'm not ready, which means I am stuck, which means coach yourself, visualize, breathe. I am ready to take the next step. I choose to take the next step. So it's obviously more in depth than that, than what I can go into in just 10 minutes. But I love sharing little tidbits from this process as I'm learning and as I'm... So if you have questions, please let me know and, share with me what's coming up for you. I love hearing how this is landing. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, Olivia. Thanks for joining. Just good to see you. If you missed the first part of the class, I invite you to watch the replay. And if, maybe you don't stick around for all of the yoga classes, I've noticed I have a lot of these beginning parts and not class, and it's just different audiences. So yogis, we're going to do it every time. If not, or even if you are a yogi, just check in with the first half. I mean, I'm really channeling the universe and speaking what I am receiving really needs to be heard. And feel free to share this with anyone that you think it might help. All right, so let's find our comfortable seat. Close the eyes. And just begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. And just notice a slight shift in how you feel. From taking those intentional breaths. This is a great time to actually visualize whatever it is that you're letting go of. Visualize it on the breath. So we understand these concepts through the lens of yoga. What are you letting go of? Breathe it out, let it go. And then what are you calling in? Breathe it in, set that intention. Fill the space. It's the same way with our languaging. Anytime we say not, can't, won't. People in my coaching program, they will immediately say cancel. Some spiritual people I know, so cancel, delete. And then instead of what am I not, what, and be magnetic to it. You might even mirror what's happening, the letting go, clearing of the auric field, and the calling in, the filling up. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. When you're ready, please set your intention for the class. Maybe it's around this theme. You might have other intentions that you're working with. Once you've set your intention, please bring the palms to press together at heart center. Thumbs into the chest, fingers spread wide, sitting up nice and tall. We'll begin the practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om to cleanse and fill your space around your mat, whatever room you're in. You can even use your sound to cleanse your whole house, your whole neighborhood, your whole world. 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om, in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. When you're ready, rub the hands together, create a little bit of heat and friction with the hands. Place the hands over the eyes, allow the heat of the hands to soften the face. Smile. And gently flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. Interlace the fingers, inhale, open the heart. Make some spinal balancing here today. Exhale, round it down, press the palms away. Last one. Beautiful. If you're sitting on any blocks or pillows, you can set them off to the side. We're going to take just a nice and easy fold forward. Reach the hands forward. The legs are still crossed. A little bit of movement, lots of breath, just warming up. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly come on. Switch which foot you have in front or on top. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, left arm lowers, right arm reaches. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the other side. Inhale up. And exhale over. Just find your rhythm, find your flow. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Inhale or to the left, float the hands down. Inhale up through center. And exhale, twisting to the right, float the hands down. Couple more just like that. And exhale. Last one. Inhale up through center. And exhale, once again, fold. Fold and hold. Take a few deep breaths here. Two more. Last one. And slowly come on up. Let's bring the feet wide. So we're going to come into a wide-legged fold here. Take a moment to really make sure that the pelvis is tipped forward. And just start to, first we'll rock and roll a little bit. You can point or flex the feet, so they're either flexed or pointed. There's energy in the feet. And then once the belly button is pointing forward, walk the hands forward and start to make your way into your forward fold. Sway side to side. So here we have a perfect example of a way that we can use this languaging in a yoga example. Oftentimes in yoga, you'll hear people say, I'm not flexible. So in that moment, they're choosing, I am stiff, which may be fine. What I would encourage people to do is go into a moment of meditation, close the eyes, visualize their future self, their higher self. And if your future self, if your higher self is still kind of stiff and tight, and that's who you're choosing to be, then claim that. Say, I'm stiff, I'm tight. I'm up here, I'm going to stay up here. For those of you that are visualizing yourself becoming more flexible, then it's okay to say it in the present tense. It's okay to call it in. Here when you're doing yoga and you're breathing, just saying, I'm doing yoga. I'm flexible. I'm strong. It makes it true. And breathe. 2 more deep breaths. I'm taking care of myself. I take great care of myself. One more big inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to come on up. Let's cross over the knees, find the tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And start to flow through a few cow poses. Belly drops, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, and cat. Inhale up through cow. And exhale, round it up through cat. Let's do 2 more big inhales. And exhale. The last one, inhale here. And exhale, round it down. Beautiful. From here, please find child's pose. Take a moment to sit down on the knees and the heels and allow the forehead to find the earth. Take a few deep breaths here in a passive child's pose. So a slight bend to the elbows, full surrender to gravity. 2 deep breaths. Last one. And now come into a very active child's pose. So up on the fingertips, wrists and elbows lift off the mat. Start to really activate into your shoulders, press into your fingers. Belly hugs into the spine here. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big in. And exhale. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, plant into the hands. Ooh. Make sure you can see my hands right now, maybe or the screen right now. Just in your own zone here. Downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Press one heel at a time towards the earth. Ooh. 3 more deep breaths. Two. Last. Now find your stillness in downward facing dog. Belly hugs in, there's still softness to the knees. And when you're ready, shift the weight into the left hand, lift the right arm up. Just see how that feels. You can lower it back down and lift it up. And if you feel stable, you can reach back for the outside of the left leg and drop the right shoulder down, looking under the left shoulder, and breathe for 3. 2. Last one. And finding once again downward facing dog. Shifting the weight into the right hand. Maybe just lift that left hand up and lower it down a couple of times. Maybe stay there. If you're comfortable, you can reach the outside of the right leg. Drop the left shoulder, look under the right armpit for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, come on back to center. Drop knees. Keep the hips over the knees for puppy pose. So walk the hands forward and drop the elbows. Maybe the forehead, maybe the chin finds the earth. Full expression would be the heart or the chest resting on the earth. Wherever you are, breathe here now, be here now for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly lifting up. And slowly lower down onto the belly for Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders. Hands come straight out from the elbows. And there's a pressing up to come up and out of the shoulders. As you draw the heart forward, draw the elbows towards the hips, energy in the feet, energy in the pelvis, and breathe. You can take some nice neck stretches here. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Inhale here. And exhale gently, lower. Hands come under. Little to no weight in the hands. Inhale up, low cobra. And exhale, lower. 2 more. Last one. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, child's pose with the wrists and elbows lifted. Energy up into the shoulders. Couple deep breaths here. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. Exhale, top of the mat. Grab opposite biceps, let the head hang. You can move the head or circle the head and sway side to side. Open and close the jaw a few times. Two more deep breaths here. You can bounce. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep, forward fold. Two more times. Inhale, up, halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep. Last one, inhale up. And exhale, dive. Inhale, reverse the swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment to settle in here. Remember your intentions. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale, release the hands, sweep them up, gaze up towards the thumbs. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Hold steady here and breathe. It's getting strong in your core. You can take a little wiggle left to right, front and back. When you're ready, lower to the knees and lower to the forearms. So we're going to come into a dolphin pose today. It's been a while since I taught this pose. So first you're going to grab opposite biceps. This is going to show how close together your elbows will be. And from there, release the hands, and you can either interlace the fingers or you can press the palms flat. Let's do palms flat for this first one. So they're going to come straight out from the elbows just like they did in Sphinx pose. So make sure your elbows are just apart, and then forearms come straight up from the elbows. Drop the head in between the arms and press up and back. You're going to feel yourself really come out of your shoulders here. So play around with that before we come up. Just play around with pressing up and back. And pressing up and back. Now this might be enough for you. If you're ready to take it to the next level, you're going to curl the toes under, lift the hips, finding a down dog position with the feet. Notice the sinking into the shoulders and press up and back. And breathe. Eventually you can walk your feet closer to your face. You don't need to do that here this first one of the day for 3, 2, last one, big inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, release the knees. Come on back for child's pose, up on the fingertips, arms extended, 2 deep breaths. Last one. Release the hands, inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From downward facing dog, inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the right. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step that foot between the hands. Take a minute to stay in your lunge here. If you have blocks, now's a great time to grab them. Hanging out in your lunge. Stay nice and long through the spine, inner thighs squeeze together. Energy through the feet. Energy radiating all the way out through the crown of the head. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step it through. So the hands can be on the ground. Some people like to make fists. If you have blocks, you can use those as well. Lengthen along the spine, reach out through the crown of the head. Ground down into the feet. There's a squeeze of the inner thighs together. A little lift, a little levity, a little bounce. Couple more deep breaths here. Let's do 2 more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the hands. Step it back, downward face. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to your intention. Maybe even close the eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths. One more. When you're ready, flutter the eyes open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. You can move through any form of vinyasa that you'd like. You can come right to downward facing dog. You can lower all the way to the earth and then press back up and down. Or traditional vinyasa is halfway lower. Inhale through an up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, find the knees. Find the elbows. Grab opposite biceps. Release the hands straight out from the elbows. Take a nice deep breath. Let's actually do a couple cat-cows here. So inhale through cow. And exhale, round it up through cat. So cat is the motion that we were going for when we come up and into this pose. Let's do that again. Inhale down through cow. Exhale, round it up through cat. One more big inhale. And exhale. Now hold in your cat position. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. This is called Dolphin pose. Maybe you walk the toes just a step forward. Keep thinking cat. It's not going to look like a cat pose, but that's what it's going to feel like in your body, so you can come up and out of the shoulders. 3 deep breaths. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release to the knees. Come up onto the fingertips, find child's pose. So there should be a little bit of a pulling. Really grip your fingertips into the mat so that as you sit the hips down, there's a lengthening and a pulling through the arms. 2 deep breaths here. Last one. Release the hands, inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the right. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Take a moment to breathe here, to really find your foundation. And when you're ready, come on up for crescent. So see if you can find that same activation through the arms as we have in child's pose. Maybe even itsy bitsy spider the fingers. But there's still that activation through the shoulders. 3 deep breaths here. Roll out. Feels good. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, blossom open warrior 2. We're going to move quickly through these next couple. Inhale through reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill down. And left hand, step it back. So you can go right to downward facing dog. You can move through a vinyasa. You can lift one foot if you choose. And then to downward facing dog. So from downward facing dog, can you find a little bit of that dolphin pose? Like sometimes we just get used to it. Down dog becomes a resting pose and we're in our shoulders. Can you find that press up and back with the hands? Come out of the shoulders. From there, inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step it through. Set your foundation. And when you're ready, come on up. So finding that same activation through the arms. You might find those fingers and really feel that lift through the shoulders that you get when we're in child's pose. You can release the hands. And that left knee. Breathe. You can roll out the wrists in both directions. 2 more deep breaths. Last Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, blossom open, warrior. Inhale through reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill down. Left hand. Yay, we're back. All right, so meeting in downward facing dog. From there, inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. And exhale, top of the mat. Up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. And exhale, hands to the heart. For those of you that are just engagement of the shoulders, walk the feet as close to the body as you are comfortable with. Let's see here. Let me know. The signal should be a little bit better. The good news is about yoga. If the stream pauses, I don't know if it's even pausing on your end or if it's just pausing on my end, but you can just hold the pose and breathe, right? All right, so finding our way into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale to the right. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, up through crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill down, step it back, flow through your vinyasa, and breathe. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale to the left. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, up through crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill down. Left hand, right hand. Flow through your vinyasa. Meeting through downward facing dog. And please find child's pose. Up on the fingertips, arms moving towards straight. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees and look at the hands. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to your intention. All right, so we're moving through some of these shoulder strengthening exercises with the intention of moving into some arm balancing in coming weeks. So if these dolphin poses are feeling challenging to you, or if they're feeling like, I can't do it, you can. Commit to practicing a little bit every day. All right, we're going to go into it again. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Plant the hands, step or hop back, move through vinyasa. You can always move directly to chaturanga. You can always come right to downward facing dog. All right, so if you just joined us, I invite you to come to the knees first. If you've been here for the class, you can go ahead and drop down to the elbows. Grab a hold of the biceps, make sure your elbows are the proper width, distance apart. Then you can interlace the fingers opposite pinky on the outside. Soft knees, inhale through a little cow in the upper chest. And exhale, round it up as if you were coming into cat. This is going to drop the head between the arms and really activate the shoulders. Let's do that again. Inhale through a little mini cow. Exhale. The sensation of almost going into cat. One more big inhale. And exhale and hold here. Bring the big toes to touch. Walk the feet as close to the body as you are comfortable with. And maybe even come up onto the tippy toes. Remember, there's that little cat, so you're coming up and out of the shoulders. For 3. Belly hugs in 2. Last one, big inhale. Hold for the exhale. And when you're ready, keep your elbows where they are. Walk the feet back. Drop down to the knees. And as you drop the hips back, bring the hands to the nape of the neck. Let the elbows drag on the mat to find a nice big stretch here. 4 deep breaths. Three. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release the hands. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're still coming up and out of the shoulders. Inhale, right leg reaches. And exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the right. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, up through crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill down. Find your vinyasa. You can always go right to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, up through crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill down, step it back. Move through your vinyasa. And meeting through downward facing dog. Please find child's pose. Up on the fingertips, activate through the shoulders. 4 deep breaths here. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale up through tabletop. Find your tabletop. We're going to do some releasing through the shoulders. Cool down as we move our way towards our final Shavasana. When you're ready, inhale, left arm reaches. And thread it underneath the right, left shoulder to the earth, left ear to the earth. Draw the hips back to square. And when you're ready, you can walk the right arm forward. Press the right armpit to the left elbow. And breathe for 3. 2. And 1 big inhale. And exhale. Slowly walking that right hand back by the face. Inhale, lifts the left one all the way back up. And exhale, bring it back down to center. Second side, inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, thread it through, right shoulder, right ear. Draw the hips back to square. Tiptoe the left hand forward. And melt the left armpit to the right elbow. Deep breaths here. Let the breath slow down. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly tiptoe the left hand by the face. Press down to lift up on the inhale. And exhale. Set it down. Find your way into a comfortable seat. So let's go ahead and cross the right leg over the left. And so that left foot, the heel comes towards the right hip. And the right foot's up and over. Then you're going to press up and forward until you can stack both knees. And then come on back down to your seat. Ideally, the feet are symmetrical. This is one of the most challenging poses for me. Probably one I need to practice more. Beautiful. Resting here. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job today. And when you're ready, bring the left hand around behind you. If you can't quite grasp the fingers together, just grasp onto your shirt. Bring the chin up parallel with the earth. Feel the stretch through the arm, through the hips. For 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly unwind. Keep your feet where you are. We're going to rotate on the toes and the heels of the feet interchangeably. This should just come naturally. So hands to the left side of the body. Lift the hips up. You're on the left toes and the right heel. And then at one point you switch to the left heel and the right toes. Keep walking until your hands are in front. And then let's come on down. So again, we're going to stack the knees. Really squeeze them together. And then sitting back. Feet are flexed. Woo! Feeling it today. All right, you can see my knees are way up. Send me a picture if you're one of those people that's really lucky and you can just sit in meditation in this beautiful pose with the knees stacked. I'm not there yet. See my knot? But when I close my eyes and I think of it, I see myself in this pose in the future. I am flexible. I'm comfortable. I'm at peace. That literally just changed the chemistry in my body in this moment. So modeling what that looks like. paying attention to our languaging and coaching ourselves. All right, inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, give yourself a pat on the back. Reach the right arm around. Either grasp the fingers or both hands grasp the shirt. When you're ready, chin comes up, level with the earth. And breathe. Two more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly unwind. Ooh, my hair is a knotty mess today. Talk about knots. All right, when you're ready, release the legs, shake them out. Let's just do one easy forward fold flow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, easy fold forward. And when you're ready, rolling up and then rolling back down, finding your way into final Shavasana. Feel free to take any last poses that your body is calling for. We're going to move pretty quickly into final Shavasana today, just to keep on our time frame. These classes are about 75 minutes, and that is what allows for that beginning portion of class to have a nice long discussion on the theme and give people a chance to join. All right, so when you're ready, finding your way flat on your back. Palms face up. If you've been practicing with me for a while, you know the normal full body relaxation. So I invite you to do a body scan on your own. So this is, if you're new to the class, go ahead and just give it a shot. Scan every single muscle of your body, looking for tension, and when you find it, breathe it out, let it go. If you find any knots in your shoulders, I get knots in my stomach. If you find any knots anywhere in your body, just bring your awareness there. Think of your awareness like a flame to candle wax, and just allow any tension to melt away. And then do the same thing for your mental state, your mental body. You can scan for mental tension by looking for any phrases that you repeat that have the word not, won't, can't, isn't. Words with the prefixes in or un. Just scan your mental landscape for any of those words that introduce resistance into your field, and use the breath to let them go. And then, just like we talked about in the beginning of class, anytime you let something go, there's a space in your energetic field that could be vulnerable. So the best thing to do is to fill it up. So connect with your higher self, your future self, your highest self. And say some affirmations in your mind or out loud about what you are, what you can, what you do, what you have. I am statements. Me statements. Filling up, breathe. Same thing with any words that you use that have the word ing, processing, becoming, waiting, learning. Fast forward into your future self, your highest self, and say those statements in the present tense of what you have now, not what you are having or wanting, and breathe. And in this state of deep relaxation, opening yourself up to a higher power, whatever you believe that to be, and allow for any specific messages, specific for you, for the highest and greatest good of all, to be received in this moment. And slowly reintegrating body, mind, spirit, and beyond by deepening the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Move the head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead and the feet down below. Take a nice full body stretch. And on an exhale, soften. Bend the knees one at a time and shift through either side in the fetal position. And gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring the palms to press together at heart center. Coming back to your intention and any messages that have come to you or through you today. Sealing it in, sealing your field, sealing and cleansing your space with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. Thumbs to the heart, lips, and forehead. Remind us to keep our language, the importance of your language in your heart, in your words, and in your thoughts. As we bow to each other, it is to all beings. The energy within me, the creator that uses words as spells, honors the energy, the creator that uses words as spells, in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for sticking with. If there were little pauses in the broadcast, it seems from my side that there were. So thanks for sticking with it. And please feel free to share these videos and subscribe and share from the YouTube channel as well. And so appreciative of the donations that have come in. Scott, Claire, Sarah Beth, you guys are badasses. Mitch, thank you so much. I love you all. Coral, yes. I love when you tell me who's been doing class with me so I can do a shout out. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys on Wednesday around 9 a.m. And shoot me a message if you'd like to be included in the Tuesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. restorative class, because I'm still figuring out that. But the replays are on YouTube, so you can do them at night if 3 p.m. in the middle of the day is not working for you guys. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Namaste.